The rain poured relentlessly that night, soaking the streets and drenching the neon lights that reflected off the puddles like shattered mirrors. Emily's heart raced as she ran across the street, clutching her worn-out bag, every step echoing the panic that had been building inside her for weeks. She had nowhere else to turn. Her life had spiraled out of control, her job had disappeared, her savings had evaporated, and the man she thought she could trust had walked out, leaving her alone with nothing but fear and a desperate need for security. She had reached a breaking point. She needed someone, anyone, to step into her life and provide a sense of stability, even if just for a moment. And that's when she saw him, Jason, a man she had met briefly at a neighbor's gathering, a single dad whose calm demeanor had stayed with her long after the first awkward encounter. Her emotions boiled over as she approached him that rainy night, and with a trembling voice, she blurted out the words she had rehearsed over and over in her mind, "I need a husband by tomorrow." Before we dive into the story, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of human connection, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Jason looked at her, his dark eyes steady and calm despite the rain dripping from his hair. There was no judgment in his gaze, no ridicule, only a quiet understanding that seemed to pierce straight through her desperation. Most people would have laughed, turned away, or offered some awkward platitude, but Jason simply smiled gently and said something she would never forget. "I can't promise a husband by tomorrow, but I can promise you that you won't face tomorrow alone." Those words, simple as they were, carried a weight Emily had been craving, someone who would see her struggle without turning away, someone who could stand beside her when the world seemed determined to push her down. Emily hesitated, unsure if she could trust herself to believe him. She had been let down too many times, her hope chipped away by a lifetime of disappointments. Yet something in Jason's calmness, the way he cradled his young daughter Lily in his arms as she slept against his chest, made her heart ache with a strange mixture of longing and relief. Over the next few weeks, Emily found herself gravitating toward their small, cozy home at the edge of town. She watched Jason navigate life as a single father, cooking dinner, helping Lily with her homework, carrying the burdens of responsibility with a quiet grace that seemed almost impossible. Every small act of kindness he offered was a balm to her raw nerves, a reminder that love could exist not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, steadfast presence of someone who refused to leave you alone. Emily's initial desperation slowly gave way to admiration, then to a tender warmth she hadn't felt in years. She began helping around the house, cooking meals, folding laundry, and, most importantly, becoming part of a rhythm that was larger than her own anxieties. But her journey wasn't without struggle. Old insecurities and fears crept in, reminding her that she had been abandoned before, that she might not belong, that she might lose everything again. Jason never pushed her or demanded her trust. Instead, he offered patience, quiet encouragement, and the kind of unwavering stability that spoke louder than any romantic declaration. In moments of vulnerability, Emily would sit by the window watching the rain fall, tears mingling with the droplets outside, wondering how someone like Jason could exist in a world so full of broken promises. It wasn't long before Emily realized she had fallen in love, not just with Jason, but with the life he had quietly built, the laughter that echoed through the small house, and the gentle, unspoken ways he showed care for the people around him. Jason, too, found himself changed by Emily's presence. He had been cautious after the heartbreak of his past, guarding his heart and Lily's with every fiber of his being, but Emily's kindness, resilience, and unwavering courage slowly broke down the walls he had built. Together, they created a fragile yet beautiful balance, each step forward a testament to trust being rebuilt, to the possibility that life could be rewritten even after devastation. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky was painted in shades of gold and violet, Emily realized that her panic from that rainy night, the desperate need for someone to save her, had transformed into something entirely different. She no longer needed a husband by tomorrow. What she needed had been there all along. Someone who would face tomorrow with her, someone who would hold her hand through the storms, and someone who would believe in her when she couldn't believe in herself. Jason sat beside her on the porch swing, Lily nestled between them, and for the first time in years, Emily felt an overwhelming sense of peace. Their love didn't arrive with fanfare or dramatic declarations, it grew quietly, in the shared moments, the gentle laughter, and the silent promises made through presence rather than words. Emily finally understood that real love wasn't about solving problems in an instant, it was about finding someone whose calm could steady the chaos inside you, whose unwavering strength could lift you when you felt incapable of standing, and whose heart could see your value even when you could not. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit like, share this video with someone who needs a reminder of hope, and subscribe to the channel. And before you go, I'd love for you to comment below with the moment in the story that moved you the most. Let us know how it made you feel. In the end, Emily never got the husband by tomorrow. What she got was infinitely better, a life filled with love, stability, and a family that grew in the quiet, persistent beauty of second chances. She learned that true love isn't about rushing or demanding, it's about patience, understanding, and the courage to stay when everything else is falling apart. And Jason, who had once been a man guarding his heart, learned that opening himself to someone else's vulnerability could be the very thing that healed him. In the rain, in the laughter, in the ordinary days and quiet nights, they found a love that would endure far beyond the fleeting chaos of desperation.